If you are a Canadian senior receiving CPP, OAS, or GIS, there's one thing you should check today, August 27th, 2026. Before you simply assume everything is correct with your payment, the Government of Canada's official payment calendar confirms that August 27th, 2026 is the scheduled payment date for CPP and OAS, and GIS is also paid on the same schedule. But here's the important part. Seeing money arrive in your bank account is not the end of the story. You should check the amount deposited, your payment information, and your next payment details before September begins, because a change in income, taxes, banking information, or benefit eligibility can affect what you actually receive. In this video, I'll explain exactly what Canadian seniors should check today and what to do if your August payment looks different from what you expected. First, let's confirm the payment date because there has been a lot of confusion online. The official Government of Canada payment schedule lists August 27th, 2026 as the CPP and OAS payment date. The same schedule lists September 25th, 2026 as the next CPP and OAS payment date. So if you normally receive your CPP or OAS through direct deposit, today is the scheduled payment date. However, the government also explains that payments can sometimes take a few days to arrive, depending on the payment method. If you receive a check rather than direct deposit, you may need to allow additional time for it to arrive. So don't panic immediately if you don't see the deposit at the exact moment you expect it. Now, the one thing I want you to check first is the exact amount that was deposited. Don't just look at your bank balance and assume the payment is correct. Open the transaction and compare the amount with your previous CPP or OAS payment. If the amount is exactly what you expected, that's good. But if it is higher or lower, don't immediately assume the government made a mistake. There can be legitimate reasons why your payment changed, including tax withholding, benefit adjustments, changes in eligibility, or other circumstances. The important thing is to identify the reason instead of ignoring the difference. For OAS recipients, the Government of Canada currently lists the maximum monthly OAS pension for July through September 2026 at $751.97 for seniors aged 65 to 74 and $827.17 for seniors aged 75 and older. But these are maximum amounts, not the amount every senior automatically receives. Your actual OAS payment can be different depending on your circumstances, including whether you receive a full or partial pension, and whether any recovery tax or other deductions apply. So if your August payment is lower than these maximum figures, that does not automatically mean something is wrong. And this is where many seniors make a mistake. They search online for the maximum OAS amount, see a number like $751.97, and then believe they should automatically receive exactly that amount. That's not how OAS works. The maximum amount is simply the maximum monthly pension for that age group during that period. Your personal payment can be different. The safest way to know what you should receive is to check your official Service Canada information rather than comparing yourself with another senior. Now let's talk about CPP, because CPP is completely different from OAS. The Government of Canada currently lists the maximum CPP retirement pension at age 65 in January 2026 as $1,507.65 per month, while the average CPP retirement pension for new beneficiaries aged 65 was $867 per month from July through September 2026. That difference is extremely important. The maximum CPP amount is not the average amount. Most seniors do not receive the maximum. Your CPP depends on factors such as your contribution history, how much you contributed, and when you started your pension. So if you receive CPP and your August payment is nowhere near $1,567.65, don't automatically assume you're missing money. The maximum is based on a very specific contribution history and retirement pension circumstances. Your own CPP amount can be significantly lower and still be completely correct. Now, let's move to the most important check after the amount, your bank information. If you recently changed your bank account, switched financial institutions, closed an old account, or changed your direct deposit information, make sure your government benefits are going to the correct account. The Government of Canada provides an official process for updating direct deposit information for CPP and OAS through Service Canada. If your banking information is outdated, don't wait until the September payment to discover a problem. This is especially important because seniors sometimes change banks after receiving a better interest rate or moving to a different financial institution. But forget that government payments are still connected to their previous account. If you change banks recently, check your August transaction carefully. If the payment went into the expected account, that's a good sign. If something doesn't look right, contact the appropriate government service directly rather than relying on a message from someone claiming they can fix your payment. Now, here's the next thing I want you to check. Your My Service Canada account. My Service Canada account, commonly called MSCA, lets you access information about CPP and OAS benefits, The official CPP and OAS pages direct beneficiaries to MSCA for checking benefit information and taking actions related to their pensions. If you have an account, log in and compare the information there with what you see in your bank account. Look at your payment information, look at your benefit status, look at whether anything has changed. And if you have received a letter or notification from Service Canada, read it carefully instead of ignoring it. Sometimes a letter contains information about a reassessment, an adjustment, an application, or another change that can explain why your payment is different. Now let's talk about GIS, because this is where August can be particularly important for lower income seniors. The Guaranteed Income Supplement is a monthly, non-taxable benefit for eligible low-income seniors who receive OAS. The official Government of Canada page currently lists the maximum GIS payment for a single, widowed, or divorced senior at up to $123.17 per month, depending on circumstances. Again, that is a maximum, not a guaranteed amount for everyone. GIS is also different because it is income tested. Your income can affect how much GIS you receive. This means that if your income changed, your GIS situation can change as well. For example, a large retirement account withdrawal, investment income, employment income, or another source of income could potentially affect an income-tested benefit. So if you receive GIS and your August payment looks different, don't ignore it. Check the official explanation. And this brings us to another important reason to check your August payment: your tax information. Government benefits, such as OAS and GIS, can be connected to information from your tax return. If your income changed significantly, your benefit calculation may also be affected. This is especially important for seniors who had a large one-time income event, such as selling an investment, withdrawing a large amount from a RRIF, or earning employment income before fully retiring. If your income was unusually high last year, don't be surprised if an income-tested benefit is different. And if your income has dropped substantially this year, don't assume that nothing can be done. Depending on the benefit and your circumstances, there may be processes available to address changes. The key is to investigate the official rules rather than relying on social media claims. Now, let's talk about OAS recovery tax, because this is one of the biggest reasons higher income seniors may see an OAS amount that is different from the maximum. The OAS recovery tax, sometimes called the OAS clawback, can apply when your income exceeds the applicable threshold. This does not mean that the government simply takes away OAS because you have savings in the bank. What matters is your income under the applicable rules. So if you see an OAS payment lower than the maximum, don't immediately assume your OAS has been cut. It could be related to recovery tax, taxes withheld, or your individual OAS entitlement. Check the actual information associated with your benefit. Now here's something else to watch as we move from August into September: the next payment date. The official 2026 schedule lists September 25th as the next CPP and OAS payment date. That means today's payment is not just another monthly deposit. It is also a good checkpoint before the next payment cycle. If your August amount is different from July, investigate the reason now rather than waiting until September 25th. This is particularly useful if you are budgeting your groceries, rent, utilities, medication, or other monthly expenses around CPP and OAS. Knowing your actual payment amount gives you a clearer picture of what you will have available for the rest of the month. And if you're someone who receives both CPP and OAS, remember that these are two separate benefits. Your CPP amount is based largely on your contribution history and when you started the pension. OAS has different eligibility and payment rules. So if one amount changes, it does not necessarily mean the other one should change by the same amount. Let's imagine a senior named Robert. Robert is 70 and receives CPP, OAS, and GIS. On August 27th, he checks his bank account and notices that his deposit is lower than it was in July. His first reaction is to panic and assume the government has cut his pension. But instead of guessing, Robert logs into his official government account, reviews his payment information, checks whether his GIS amount changed, and looks at his recent tax information. He discovers that the change is connected to his benefit calculation. Robert now knows what happened and can contact Service Canada if he believes the calculation is incorrect. That's the approach I want you to take. Don't panic. Check, compare, verify. Now, what if your August payment hasn't arrived yet? The official Government of Canada payment calendar says that payments are issued on the dates listed but may take a few days to arrive. For direct deposit and mailed payments, timing can vary. The government advises allowing additional time before contacting the program. So if your payment isn't visible immediately, give it some time before assuming there's a serious problem. But if enough time has passed and your payment is still missing, then you should contact the appropriate government program. For CPP and OAS, that means Service Canada. Do not call a random number from a social media post. Go directly to canada.ca and use the official contact information. And seniors should be particularly careful today because payment dates create opportunities for scammers. You may receive an email or text claiming your August CPP payment failed. Click here to verify your bank account. Be extremely careful. Don't click suspicious links. Don't provide your social insurance number, online banking password, PIN, or one-time security code to an unexpected caller or message. If you need to check your payment, open the official Canada.ca website yourself. There is another thing I want you to check: your mailing address and personal information. If you've moved recently, make sure Service Canada has your current information. If your phone number or other contact information changed, update it through the official process. Keeping your information current can help prevent unnecessary problems with government correspondence. Now, let's talk about September, because the title of this video says before September. The reason I want you to check today is not because August 27 is some secret deadline. There is no official rule saying every senior must complete a special form today or their September payment will disappear. The real reason is that today is the scheduled August CPP and OAS payment date, making it a perfect moment to review your account before the next payment on September 25th. That's an important distinction because there are many misleading videos online that create artificial deadlines. They might say, do this before midnight or you will lose your benefits. Don't fall for that type of fear-based information. Always verify a claimed deadline on Canada.ca. Instead, use August 27 as your personal financial checkpoint. Check the amount, check your bank account, check your Service Canada information, check whether your CPP and OAS amounts match what you expected. If you receive GIS, check that as well. And if anything looks different, find out why. Now, there's one more benefit-related issue worth mentioning: your tax withholding. OAS and CPP can have income tax deducted at source depending on your instructions and circumstances. So if your deposit is lower than the gross benefit amount you were expecting, taxes may be one reason. This is another reason why looking only at your bank deposit isn't enough. You need to understand the difference between the gross benefit amount and the net amount that actually reaches your bank account. If you have questions about how much tax is being withheld, check your official benefit information or speak with the CRA or a qualified tax professional. Don't assume that a lower deposit automatically means your CPP or OAS pension itself has been permanently reduced. And if you're receiving OAS but not GIS, this is also a good opportunity to review whether your current income and circumstances might qualify you for GIS. The Government of Canada states that to qualify for GIS, you must also qualify for OAS, and eligibility depends on income and other conditions. If your income has fallen substantially since you retired, don't simply assume you don't qualify. Check the current eligibility rules. Now let's summarize what you should do today, August 27th, 2026. First, check your bank account and confirm whether your scheduled CPP and OAS payment has arrived. Second, compare the amount with your previous payment. Third, check your My Service Canada account for your official benefit information. Fourth, if you receive GIS, check that payment as well. Fifth, make sure your banking and personal information is current. Sixth, if the amount is different, investigate the reason before assuming something is wrong. And finally, mark September 25, 2026 on your calendar as the next scheduled CPP and OAS payment date. Most importantly, don't make financial decisions based on a viral headline alone. Your CPP and OAS situation is personal. Two seniors of the same age can receive completely different amounts because their contribution histories, OAS eligibility, income, tax situation, and benefit circumstances are different. The good news is that checking your payment takes only a few minutes. You don't need to panic, visit a bank branch, or pay someone to check it for you. Start with your own bank account and your official government account. And if your August payment is exactly what you expected, that's great. You can simply use this as a reminder to keep monitoring your payments each month. But if the amount is different, don't ignore it. Find the reason. Because when you're living on retirement income, even a small unexpected change can affect your monthly budget. Knowing what is happening gives you the opportunity to correct an error, update information, or simply understand why the amount changed. So if you are a Canadian senior receiving CPP, OAS, or GIS, August 27th, 2026 is a good day to check your payment. Not because there is a secret deadline, but because today is the official scheduled payment date. The Government of Canada confirms August 27th for CPP and OAS, with September 25th scheduled as the next payment date. Take 5 minutes tonight. Open your bank account, check the deposit, compare it with your previous payment, then log into your official government account and make sure everything looks right. And remember this simple rule: don't panic when your payment changes. Check the numbers, check the reason, and verify everything through the official Government of Canada. Your CPP and OAS are important parts of your retirement income. A few minutes of checking today could help you understand exactly where your money is coming from, why the amount is what it is, and what you should expect when the next payment arrives on September 25th. If this video helped you, share it with another Canadian senior, a parent, grandparent, or friend who receives CPP or OAS. Sometimes, the most useful financial advice is simply knowing what to check and when to check it.